Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time take a look at the 1991 Mazda RX-7 Type R. This is of course an FD RX-7 and this one has a racing mod, and as you can see it's not a very nice looking racing mod, gotta admit. It's the 787B livery. You can have it in orange or you can have it in this sort of weird off yellow colour, which I decided to go for because it would make this one unique. If you want to see how the RX-7s are running racing mods, click the link in the description for the request form, because yeah, I'm running FD RX-7s very weird. Like, a lot of them won't have race mods because they have... Basically, all the FD RX-7s have pretty much the same racing mod. These first gens have a 787B livery, and the latter ones have a choice of like two, which are basically exactly the same. So yeah, it's very weird how it works on these cars. Took a lot of research to gather which ones would and would not run racing mod. Anyways, of course, this is the earliest of the FDEs you can have in this game, a 1991. Front-engine rear-wheel drive, 433 horsepower, 1,076 kilograms of weight. Pretty decent amount of torque considering it is a rotary. It is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land Track at the best time it possibly can. Current leader is Suzuki Scudo Pikes Peak Edition at a set time of 27.710, which the RX-7 is unlikely to beat. As far as where this car should be aiming, 31.5s would put it towards the later gen FD RX-7 we've had around. I'm not quite sure where the FC is on the leaderboard. I think one of the Fs... Have we had 2 FCs at this point? No, I think the FC might actually be quicker than an FD because it got quite fluky. Of course, the one FD I've run is the most powerful one, which had like 634 horsepower. This one only has 4... Well, only. This one has 434. I think the FC was running like 380 or something. So this is essentially, despite being an FD RX-7, it should be flying the flags for them. This one is actually sort of like a middle ground between the few RX-7s we had. Ironically, out of all of the Japanese sports cars in the game, sort of front-engined rear-drive ones anyway, the RX-7 is actually the best of them around this course, and it always has been. You know, the few that we've tested, Supras don't do very well. You know, they're sort of like hanging around with like 32s and stuff. NSX, well, actually, I haven't actually had it. Mind you, that's mid-engine. Yeah, you know, Supras haven't done too well, the Cosmo hasn't done well, the Soras haven't done well, but ironically, the RX-7 is one of the cars which does seem to do pretty well around here. I'm going to put that down to sort of a lack of power, combined with being the lightest of all of the Japanese sports cars. Does help this car out rather significantly, so... Yeah, that is pretty cool. Also rotary, and you can't beat a rotary engine. So 31.641, that does put it slightly slower than the standard FD. Honestly, that's where I'd sort of expect it to place, but yeah. Like I said, I can't actually remember where that FC is. I, for some reason, remember an FC being ridiculously quick. I also remember doing more than one, but I'm almost certain I haven't. I think I only did the Infinity. I haven't done the GTX or the other one yet. The Cabrio, which I'm desperate to drive the Cabrio because it has a cool looking racing mod, and also it's an RX-7 Cabriolet, which is just wrong, but it's Gran Turismo 2, so that makes it right. Anyways, yeah, it drives pretty good. There's no denying that. Not quick. It is not quick. It doesn't feel it anyways. I mean, actually, if you look at the times and look at the max speed, it is kind of quick. Yeah, it's a rear-wheel drive car, which is not what you want for a course like this, but it is solid enough. I mean, you know, if you are going to drive any of the Japanese sports cars around here, definitely give the RX-7s the shot, because they are quicker than Supras around a course like this. It's just more in their favour. You know, take them to a wider track, I'm sure the Supra would probably eat an RX-7 alive, but yeah, thanks to the reasons I listed earlier, these cars are better around here. My driving today is a little bit off, I will say. It's not quite there, so I'm sorry to the 11 cars I've driven today. Maybe they haven't gone quite as quickly as they should. That 3000 GT did, but yeah. A pretty okay time. I mean, it was getting around 32.0s mostly, and it on one lap pipped out 31.641, but that is the one lap that we will take. Yeah, solid enough car to drive. just not the best around here, but you wouldn't really expect it to be because it's rear-wheel drive. Anyways, let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. On to the leaderboard then, and the Mazda RX-7 Type R goes into 62nd place with a 31.641. Pretty good time, fairly average time. It does beat out a Dodge Intrepid, Mazda Demio, and the older Mazda RX-7 does lose out slightly to an Integra, Celica, and quite a lot of the front-wheel drive cars actually, once again proving that front-wheel drive is better than rear-wheel drive around this track. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. As always, if you want to request cars for series, you can do so in the comment section and go into the description for a full request list form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.